Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what he or she is desperate to tell you. What are they desperate to tell you? But they might not be telling you because maybe you're not in contact, maybe they're a little bit shy to tell you, maybe they're just not ready to tell you, but deep within they're really desperate to tell you these things. So we're going to have a look. So we got group 1, 2 and 3, and I'm just going to show you the focus words as well for each group because you might then feel a bit more of a connection to a certain group as well. So I'm just going to turn the candle on. 1 second, there we go. So for group 1, we've got this beautiful deck here, which is, it's like Rider-Waite, so that's what we have here. And we've got the focus words grass and waste, so that's what we have there. This is the Backlight Tarot, or the Blacklight Tarot. And then the focus words for group 2 are specific and sleep. And then group 3 got another version of Rider-Waite, and this is group 3 of course, and your words here are cool and biting. So whichever group you're most interested in, that is going to be the reading for you, for what this person is so desperate to tell you. I'm going to get messages out, we're going to do charm reading as well, so a lot of information will definitely come through to give you a bigger picture and a bigger understanding as to what they are so desperate to tell you. And also, if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information is also in the description box below. They are done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is my intention bracelets are on Etsy. So intention bracelets, necklaces, items, all the stuff is on there. Let me just put one on actually because I took some of them off, but I'll put on the Evil Eye one. So for example, this is the Evil Eye bracelet design. There's love, so many different designs on their necklaces, anklets as well, for love, soulmate, twin flame, evil eye, protection, health, happiness, confidence. Literally, it's all on there. There's tassels, pom-poms, teas, face masks, crystals, etc. So yeah, my intention store is linked down below. Review section is on there, and also items are meditated with and sage, there to really help you, and international shipping. So that's my introduction done. Okay, so I'm just going to move these groups to the side, and let's get started. Let's get it started in here. Okay, so I am just going to very, very quickly, before we get started with this reading, I'm going to grab the other cards that I'm going to use for this. So 1 second, 1 second, 2 seconds. Da, 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 da. All right. Just grabbed the oracle cards and the envelope messages, so we're all good to go. Da, 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 da. Group number 1. Alright, so group number 1, this is your reading with me. What are they desperate to tell you? So let's have a look and see. Alright, so these words will make sense as I believe we'll go through the reading, which is the really exciting thing. Let's put it just really nicely in the doorsteps of this cozy home. And we're also going to look at the envelope messages, charm reading, oracle cards, messages. I'm very excited. So let's see what's coming through first and foremost with tarot. I'm just going to do this so I have a bit more space on my table to lay out your cards. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Okay. Let's get 8 tarot cards. So we've got the 10 of Cups, we've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups, Strength card. We've got a lot of fire and a lot of water so far. Ooh. Okay, and we've got the Chariot, the Lovers, last card. Oh my gosh, that literally scared the heck out of me. A bunch of, like a huge chunk of cards just came out. That really scared me. What are they desperate to tell you, group 1? Okay. Page of Pentacles. So we got every single sign represented on the table, because you've also got air energy and also earth energy as well. You've got a lot of water and a lot of fire. It's equal water and equal fire, because there's like 3 of each, basically. So what's really interesting is that you have got some star signs present. So I'm gonna tell you what they are. So you have got Leo, very strong Leo. You've got very strong Cancer, and you've got very, very, very strong Gemini here as well. It could be that you are, or they are, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. What I do feel is very important that they really want to tell you is that they want to tell you their emotions, because you've got a lot of water, you've got a lot of fire, which means they're very desperate to tell you how they feel about you. They're very desperate to tell you how you have triggered their emotions. And I feel like they have been triggered, because what I see here is a lot of green land, basically, where we know that green really opens up the heart chakra, spending time in nature, for example. But you know what I'm seeing? The grass is green. And you know what they say? The grass isn't greener on the other side. So what are they desperate to tell you? I think they're desperate to tell you that the grass is not greener on the other side. I see here apologies. I see here emotions. I see here them connecting very much so with themselves and realizing, oh, there was no grass on the other side. It was sand, and sand is not the same as grass. So to me, here you go, grass, okay, and also waste. So some of you may have been in a situation where maybe this person went off and dated other people, or they blocked you, or they went ghosty on you, like ghosted you, you know, or they may have just taken so much space and just not really contacted you much, or kind of not given you much. If you're with this person, for sure, they may have thought about, like, you know, seeing like what other options are out there, and then very quickly realizing, like, nope, not going to do that, because I don't want to waste the potential of this particular connection. What if this doesn't come around again? So to them, their heart chakra is very, very activated, and they really want to tell you that they do love you. Like, I definitely feel that there is energy here of love, especially with the lovers. They desperately want to tell you that they're sorry for any mistakes that they made, because the Page of Pentacles is about truth and owning that truth. You see how much greenery we have in these cards as well? Like, they are understanding that the grass is green where they water it, and otherwise it's going to be a waste. And the Strength card here really shows that they desperately want to tell you that they want to change their behavior. They want to be much stronger towards you. Now, some of them may feel very intimidated, or they may feel very like, oh my God, you know, I've got to really step over my ego and pride to do this. So they need a bit of time in order to tell you this. But they're really desperate to tell you that they, you know, especially if the two of you are not together, they want another chance. They want to work at things, build on things. They want to come forward towards you and be equal to you as well, emotionally. And the Page of Wands definitely showcases the fact that they want to communicate with you, they want to interact with you, they have physical attraction towards you as well, but they also feel very connected to who you are in your heart and your soul. And that is something that they've really found very, very difficult connecting to in regards to anyone else. Can be, you know, they think about their past connections and they think, no, the grass is not greener on that side. No, that person didn't connect to my emotions as well. So they're really starting to see the entire perspective and not just one perspective, because it's a little bit like, as well, like sometimes people do ask me, like, what does the grass is greener actually mean? It basically just means when someone thinks that something on the other side is so much better, and then they go and check that out, and then it's actually not. It's just a perception that actually is not as good. And also it's a little bit like how a lot of people in this world think that you know, they think like, oh my gosh, if you have, like, you know, if you're a billionaire or whatever, your life is made, like everything's perfect, everything's fine. They actually have a lot of problems themselves, you know, and it's definitely not easy. But I can understand, you know, that particular perception, because, you know, money gives financial stability and etc. But it doesn't mean that the grass is greener perfectly on their side, right? There's always going to be some kind of problem. So anyways, so this person has really realised the grass is not greener, and that they should appreciate what they have, okay, or what they had. So that's what we see there. Let's go with the messages here with the with the mini envelopes. There we go. I was like, what am I doing here? No, I'm just kidding. So we've got here, let me see, let me scan these first. Okay, yeah, so you got love you, which is very obvious considering, of course, you got the lovers card. I did mention to you that they're desperate to tell you that they do love you and that they're sorry for how they treated you and how they were towards you. The sun is also shining through my curtains. As you can see, it's gone very bright on my screen. Yeah, if my videos always look really dark, it's because I live in the UK and the natural lighting is not great. It's always like really grey. I need to figure out my lighting. But anyways, the sun is helping us in your reading today. I hope you appreciate the natural sun. Actually, do you know what? The Lovers card actually has the sun peeking right behind it as well. I tell you, these synchronicities. You've got here, I need space. Okay, so if they're not telling you all of this outright, it's because they really just want to get themselves together and they want to feel strong and they need to swallow up their ego and pride a little bit more. Okay, they still have a little bit more work to do on themselves. It goes to show also, it says here, you are my world. Now the Chariot is also known as like it connects to the world in many ways as well because it's one of those cards, but it's also here showcasing the fact that they do want to come towards you, they do want to build with you, and they want to bring the Chariot to your doorstep. And look at this, I'm thinking of getting back together. So if the two of you are not together, they desperately do want to make things work with you, as we have discussed here, because like I did say, especially if you're not together or you're blocked or ghosted or whatever, they definitely have realised the grass is not greener. So obviously there is this energy here of reconciliation, coming back around, wanting things to work out, wanting things to progress, and wanting to be a better person towards you. It's literally as simple as that, isn't it? So let's see what this oracle card... Okay, well, that was not what I planned. I want to get an oracle card. Oh my gosh, what is happening? So many are coming out. Right, let's try this properly. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got here, let go of control issues. Right, so that's really interesting here, is that they just want to go with the flow, right? They don't want to feel like, oh, it has to be like this, it has to be like that, it has to go like this, it has to go like that, because they could have had control issues before where if it wasn't exactly what they thought it had to be, then it wasn't right. Some people are like that, where they need things to be the way they see it in their head, otherwise they just cannot accept what is in front of them. So it could be that they had control issues and they needed you to be a certain way, and if it didn't please them, it just made them feel very like all over the place. So yeah, what I see here is a message that says allow the situation to unfold naturally. So again, they just need to go with the flow, and what they're desperate to tell you here is that, I need to let go of these control issues. I need to, very much so get myself together. And I think also on their side as well, they want to tell you like, hey, just let's go with the flow, let's just go with the flow. Try not to control the situation also on your side. Just let it naturally happen, let it progress. If it happens, good stuff. If not, it's okay, but it should be natural. And that's something that they've realized as well, is that it felt very natural with you. So then there's that. Okay, so let's go with some of these messages and see. Shall we go with 2? Let's go with 2. Okay, so Instagram message, okay, which shows again that they may reach out to you somehow through social media or through specifically Instagram, but it can also be that for example, they may unblock you or they may send you something on there. Especially if the two of you do not have any contact. I feel like for the majority of you that are watching this reading, you may not have contact with this person, or they might just be really, really withdrawn, very withdrawn. That's the kind of message I get here from them. And also what they're desperate to tell you is that they really want to message you, they want to reach out to you in some way, shape or form, or have an all-important conversation. So they need a bit of space also to sort of like figure out exactly what they're going to say and when as well. And then you've got here, I need money. So they could also be very financially in a not so good place. And that's something that I'm seeing here, especially with the Strength card as well, is that they do have quite a few different things going on their plate, which they're trying to figure out. So again, that can also be why they need space as well, is that they're trying to build up their finances. Page of Pentacles will make a lot of sense with that as well. They're trying to gather everything together, and also that they are in some financial help and need as well. So they may be desperately trying to also tell you as well that, you know, I'm just feeling very stressed out. I am trying to balance and juggle multiple different things, and that's why I'm also being withdrawn as well, because I'm really focusing on this aspect and I need this to be okay in my life, right? So yeah, isn't it interesting? We were talking about like wealthy people as well, right? Did I not mention that? I was like, the grass is greener, but hey guys, let me give you another example, which the example that I gave you was about how people think like people who have money have a very easy life. And to be honest, you know, I'm pretty sure having an excessive amount of money can definitely, you know, give people financial stability. But also, when people have an excessive amount of money, their what do you call it? Their spending also goes up with it as well. You know, their lifestyle also goes up with it as well. So that's also something to anyways keep in mind. So yeah, just because someone has money doesn't necessarily mean it has their life, you know, all written out. But that was really interesting. So they might also be thinking that the grass is greener if they just had more money, or things like that. But obviously what I see more so from their perspective is the fact that they just sort of need more because they want to be financially stable. This person, it's interesting, okay, whoever this person is that you're thinking about, they definitely compare themselves to a lot of people, and they also do have a tendency of thinking that the grass is greener always on the other side. What they don't realize is the grass is greener where they water it. So, you know, for example, they may have a habit of fantasizing that, oh my gosh, if I had X amount of money, my life would be perfect and blah, blah, blah. But actually, that's not true. And I think the biggest message that lesson that they're learning from the universe is that it's only, you know, it's green where they water it. And that is what the universe is trying to teach them, that, hey, if you work on yourself, if you do, you know, the inner work and you work very hard, then, you know, you will be able to get this, which is financial stability, and you will be able to manifest love as well. But it's not going to come to you if you are stuck in your ego and your pride and just expecting it to always be greener, you know, every time you swipe left or right. Like, that's just not how it works. So they're desperately trying to very much so tell you that they're learning their lessons, or they have learnt them already, but they're just being a bit stuck in their pride. Okay. Anyways, so that's really interesting actually. Got a lot of synchronicities here, and I think it will resonate with many of you, but let me know still in the comment section. So let's go with the letters first. I just have like one left in my hand. Okay, well, let's take that one. I didn't know which one it was. It's a D. Okay, that's very, very interesting. D. And an L, and an I, and an N. LDN actually reminds me of London, like those are the three sort of initials that people use. You've got an I and another D as well. You've got did. You've also got in. You've got lid as well, right? Like they put a lid on their emotions and a lid on their sort of feelings and things like that. That's something we definitely picked up, although they're like lifting it, right? Lifting it off. This could also be, of course, their initials as well, but I'm just, you know, trying to also see what I can see here. So yeah, I think you'll be able to make out some different words out of that may resonate to your situation, but also it could be initials. But yeah, the one thing I see here is the lid, right? The lid is lifting off. They can't contain themselves. I think they realize their mistakes for sure. Now, charms-wise. Oh, I literally dipped in and just got like pretty much all the silver charms. So, or the metal charms, should I say. It's got this wooden one, which is like a compass. Okay, so they're being guided towards you. And in terms of what they're desperate to tell you, I definitely feel like, you know, it's very much so them realizing that they have found their way, that they have realized their mistakes, they know what's right, what's wrong, what's in each direction, that they have love towards you with this love charm, which we, by the way, saw here with the message, and of course the Lover's card, obviously. And we've also got here the infinity symbol. They desperately want to tell you that they're so much stronger now, and they want to communicate that across to you. Of course, we have also the infinity symbol at the top of the strength card, which you can see right there. So that's another synchronicity as well with the charms and the tarot cards, as you see there, right? And of course, the chariot is also about navigation as well. So again, that's another synchronicity. You've also got this, which reminds me of Scorpio, which again is another synchronicity, considering you've got so many water sign cards as well. So Scorpio could be, it could be that, you know, they're a Scorpio or you're a Scorpio, or Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. But more than anything else, okay, if they're not a Scorpio or you're not a Scorpio, this is about intensity, because we know Scorpions are very, very intense with their emotions, right? They can't always hide things within themselves. It always comes to the surface. And that's what I see here also with the Queen of Cups as well, is that they are very desperate to tell you how they feel emotionally. I feel like they've been so pressured and so triggered that they just cannot hold that back anymore. They are just not being left alone in that sense. And so it's almost like, you know, they have to figure themselves out in that sense. Then you've also got the flower here as well, which shows bloom and growth. Like they really want to show you and tell you like, hey, look, I've grown so much. I really feel like they want a reconciliation here in time. That's what I feel is going to happen, because they have realized that actually you're not like anyone else, and they have realized their mistakes. And that's what I'm seeing here is a reconciliation. You know, I see a silver spoon here. It's really interesting that you've got these sort of money cards as well, and the fact that they need money, but they may have grown up in a situation where, well, it could be two-sided. It could be that they really didn't have anything, or that they were given an excessive amount, you know, an amount of sort of like do whatever you want kind of energy. But I see here a silver spoon, okay? So I'm just gonna put that on the side. I think that will resonate with you in some way, shape, or form, but this could also be them wanting to feed you information and literally tell you, like, look, this is what I feel towards you. Then you've got here a little owl, so owls are wise. They really desperately want to tell you, look, I'm so much wiser now. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to tell you. Like, I know what I've been through. So they just want to tell you that they're so much wiser. Then you've got here as well, beautiful. Sorry, I just said that in such a weird way because I literally just thought it said beauty. And then I had to go beauty. Okay, full. Beautiful. So you are beautiful in their eyes, whether you're male or female. They really do believe that you are very, very attractive, very good looking. They're desperate to tell you that they just haven't found that kind of a person anywhere else. Why? Because, well, beauty is not just outer beauty, it's also inner beauty as well. And it's how people connect on not just a physical level, but also an emotional, mental, spiritual, and social level as well. Okay, so you're very beautiful inside and out. Got a fish here, so this is also Pisces energy. So that's interesting. Again, that connects with the cards as well, because well, it just does. What more can I say, right? A lot of water energy here. This is also, again, about going with the flow and them literally realizing as well that, oh my gosh, you know, my intuition is just bringing me back to you, and that's, I think, what they're desperate to tell you. You've got this little butterfly here as well with a pearl, and to me that just really signifies like a gift as well. Like they may give you a gift, or they might be desperate to give you a gift of some sort at some point. So that's what we've got there. Ta-da! So yeah, this is what they're desperate to tell you. I know that I kind of went off sort of more also talking about like other things as well, but that's because I feel like those things were specifically on their mind as well. So I know I spent quite a bit of time talking about like the grass being greener on the other side, but I feel like that's something they've really contemplated, so that's why I brought that up quite often. So if this resonates with you guys, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy. And do take care, everyone. So I'm gonna take away these little letters and charms and put them in here. All right. Oh no, this deck is just not wanting to. Oh my gosh, gush. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did I just say that? Okay. Anyways. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, now it's staying. Now it's staying. Cool. Okay, Okay, so group number 2. This is your reading with me. So we are going to look into what they are desperate to tell you. We're going to look into charms. We're also going to look into letters. We are going to look into oracle cards, envelope messages, which I'm very excited to see what's coming through there, and also Mercury messages as well, like communication ones. So let's get started, first of all, with this deck. Now, as I was trying to get this deck to come with me, it was being a little bit problematic, I'm not going to lie, because as I look on the side, there's one card that's left behind the screen, which is where I put the decks whilst I was doing my other reading. And I just looked there and there's like one card that's left. So let me just lift up the entire deck. That's so funny that happened actually. Let's put that there. And also, the other thing as well is when I was trying to get this die, I think it changed. So I can't remember exactly which words it has, but had, you know, in the beginning when I was like describing it, but I'm going to go with calls and biting, so I believe those are the 2 words. If it's not, bear with me, okay? I don't know what's happening with this group, but you know, it's just not wanting to fully cooperate with me today, but it's okay. So let's have a look and see. All right, first of all, let's just put this right here. These words will probably resonate throughout the reading, so I will bring those words back up again, but I'm going to do an 8-card spread to see what they are desperate to tell you first, and then we'll go through like the other cards and charms and things like that. So you've got Temperance with the King of Wands, and also the Page of Cups. And I'm an upright reader, I thought I'd just tell you that. Then we have here the 5 of Swords with the Queen of Wands. Match. Snap. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Swords, and the Tower. Ooh, okay. I'm going to actually get out the other cards as well. So let's go with, okay, there we go. And so we've got actually 2. So I'm going to put one here, all right, which is separation, and the other one here is unrequited love. It's very specific. This is a very specific reading. So let's go also with the Mercury messages as well. I need time. And the other one, ooh, it's like I'm asking for 1 and 2 come out, and then I ask for 2 and 3 come out. But it's okay, it's okay. So we've got here making a post about you and don't ever change who you are. Actually, do you know what? We should put these up here because it just means you can see them a little bit better. Okay, so wow. Let's just get this as well. Okay. So we got I have fear, I need to treat you right, and I miss you. Okay, so there we go. I'll go through those again, so we'll connect them. We'll connect all the dots together. Right, so here's what's happening. It's really obvious that what they're desperate to tell you is that they need to get themselves together. They could be going through some very difficult times right now. They could be going through some frustrations, perhaps also in their career-related life, or their career, just their career in general. There we go. That's just a better way of putting it, because we've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? Wheel of Fortune is also Jupiter energy. It's to do with money. It's also to do with career, and it's also to do with work. So that particular aspect could be very stressful for them right now, especially since you've got the 9 of Swords and the Tower. Tower is Mars energy, which also is about conflict. So maybe in their family, they may have had some conflict or pressure or fights, arguments, things like that have just been very, very difficult for them to deal with, which has just put so much pressure on them mentally. So definitely they have a lot on their plate right now, and they're desperate to tell you, like, look, I've just got so much going on my plate. There's just so much happening. I just can't deal with this all right now. So one thing that I do pick up here, especially with separation, is that it says here time apart from your partner is on the horizon. this is more so showcasing the fact that they need some space. Okay, that's literally what it is that they need some space, they need some time. You got the Wheel of Fortune there as well, which also represents time, as well as this Mercury message, I need time. For those of you in separation, this is already happening, right? This is literally already happening, but it does go to show you, okay, that they are not able fully to look after themselves during this time. And it's really important also to know that when someone can't look after themselves, how can they then look after you, right? It's difficult for them to do so. They can't then fully give you all of that time and energy because they themselves are not able to do that for themselves. So it's something to really keep in mind, especially because it says here, I need to treat you right. So they are desperate to tell you that it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them. Let me repeat that again. It is not you, it is them. It's the place that they're in their life right now, which is very, very difficult for them to give you what you need. And they, deep down, they know that you deserve the best. You do deserve happiness, you deserve mutual energy. And the other thing I pick up is that they do miss you, especially with the I miss you message here. Especially with the Queen and the King of Wands, it shows a match. It shows that they know that there's something really beautiful there, but they can't fully explore it at this time because of their own personal struggles and things that they're dealing with right now. It's very, very challenging for them. You've also got the Five of Swords as well, and the Five of Swords here shows conflict. It's like they want to, right? They want to. Look at this person looking back at these people that he was battling with. He wants to work things out with you. It's just, he feels like he can't. You know, he feels like he can't. He's got those swords in his hand. He feels like he's doing his own thing, and he just feels like, oh, you know, it's one of those things that I see here where it's almost like they really want to make things work with you, but they just know that they're not in the right place to treat you how you deserve to be treated. It's literally what I'm seeing. And it also says here, I have fear as well, right? So these three cards really explain it. Page of Cups as well. It really does showcase the fact that, again, they have those feelings towards you. It's just that they don't have that energy, right, to put in completely at this time, even though they know that the two of you are really great together. This is frustrating them a ton, okay, what they've got going on their plate right now. The other thing as well is it says here, don't ever change who you are. It's not your fault, okay? That's what they're desperate to tell you, is that it's not you, it's me. That's what they want to tell you very, very desperately, is that there's just so much going on my side that I can't understand myself right now. So it's really hard to understand anything else. And that's what I see. Sorry, my Christmas tree fell over. Well, it's a pink tree. It's a pink Christmas tree. So that's what I'm really seeing. And also you've got the Temperance card, which shows that they need time, they need space. You know, Temperance is a big, big card in terms of like trying to get things together, you know, trying to make things mutual, trying to progress things, etc. So they obviously need that time and space to sort of evaluate their emotions and their feelings, and they're just desperate to tell you, like, you know, I feel so down. When you look at this particular card, this person here is just in like distress, you know, really in distress, not feeling good at all, and is just laying down on this bed, not feeling good. This person here is also in a bed, just not feeling good at all, right? So it goes to show that on your side, it might make you feel like this. On their side, they're also feeling this. It's not like they're magically living a happy life without you, okay? That's, again, something I really just wanted to point out as well, is that you may think that, okay, well, we're not really, you know, on the same pages maybe, but it goes to show that they're not magically living this incredible life that you might be thinking that they're living. It's not happening. They are in a lot of distress themselves as well, and that's something that's obviously coming through super, super strongly. Now let me just grab this card. Do you like my fleecy sweater? Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So the thing about unrequited love is that it's really when one person loves more than the other at a given time, right? Or in general. But what I see here, obviously, I feel like you have strong feelings for this person, and right now they are so focused on other things. So of course it is unrequited, right? Because you're willing to put in effort, and I feel like they are sort of running in the opposite direction a little bit, you know? So of course it's unrequited. It's imbalanced is what it is. And that is what unrequited love is. It's when one person is just way more in it than the other person, or another person. So that's what we see here, which makes complete sense. But that's essentially what I'm seeing here. What I will say is try not to blame yourself for this, okay? Do not blame yourself, because at the end of the day, they know what they're missing out on. It's just that they have so many other issues that they can't see clearly, right? They can't see clearly. And the other thing as well is that they really need some time. Now, it says here, make a post about you. So it could be that they go on social media and because they're missing you, or, you know, they could have dreams about you, for example, that they wake up and they perhaps make a post about you, or they listen to they listen to a song and the music lyrics remind them of you, so they might post those music lyrics, they might post that song online, they might share that song, you know, on their stories or whatever, especially if they are on social media. It could also be that they are telling other people about you, you know, and that message somehow gets back to you. So that's what I see here when I see making a post about you. It could also be that they post a quote online that is kind of targeted at how they feel about you, etc. So it goes to show that they haven't forgotten you, they haven't stopped caring. It's just that this energy of space and time is really necessary for them to get themselves together. And just because they're taking this space and time, or there's this like separated energy, does not mean that they're magically living this amazingly better life without you. That's not what I see happening, because they obviously still have this fear of whatever's going on here. That rhymed. Wow, I'm proud of myself. But also, they miss you, which is very, very obvious. Now, we've also got here, I believe these are the two words. If they're not, I do apologise. But I think that these two words actually resonate very well. We've got here calls and biting. So something tells me that they will call you, or that they will text you, they'll message you somehow, and the two of you will still have some form of communication. The other thing I also see here as well is biting. This to me is like some kind of habit, you know, like nail biting, or something they do when they're very, very anxious, very nervous, or very stressed. So they could be biting their nails, they could be biting their like tongue, you know, it's like one of those things, or like their cheek or whatever. Biting a tongue is also a really big like expression, isn't it? Like biting your tongue. But what they're desperate to tell you here is that they haven't forgotten about you, and that it's not your fault. Do not change who you are. Do not feel bad in that sense either, because this is not completely your fault, and you shouldn't feel like you are. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So that's what they're really desperate to tell you here. And let's go with the letters and the charms now. Okay, so this could be their initials. It could also make up words that could resonate to your situation. Let's see. And also let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's go with that, okay? So F-A... Oh, Faye. We've also got pay as well. Pay and day. Payday. So you've got an F, a D, a P, A, Y. You've got a V. You've got a Q. And an O. And another Q. Yeah, so that's all we have there. Okay, so that could resonate somehow with you. Now, let's go with the charms. La 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 la. Okay, so you've got a bicycle, which is interesting. Oh wow, okay, this is really interesting because you've actually got quite a few. Oh my gosh, wow, look at that, you've got more letters here. So you've got a G, and you've got an L. So these are the little tags that I put in my charm box, and wow, okay. You got another O. You got a J, and a C, and an L. So definitely got a lot of letters here to make words out of. Let's just do that so you can have a little closer look. Also got dog as well, D-O-G. Okay, log as well, logging information maybe. So it could be something to do with wood. I mean, you know, kind of got that texture here as well, because, you know, I just said log. The other thing as well is that there's a charm actually in the clock as well, which is the owl. So this is quite wise. So I feel like what they're desperate to tell you right now is that they feel like whatever they're doing right now is the wisest thing for them to do so that they can get themselves together. The bicycle here represents a journey, so they're desperate to tell you, you know, that they need this time. They need that sort of space as well. They need to be on this journey that they're on in order to understand themselves a lot more, especially because they do have some fear here as well. Their emotions are very high, and they do have that emotion towards you as well, especially with the Page of Cups. And of course, this little potion here represents their intuition, it represents their emotion as well, and they just feel like you're a really great person, so please don't change who you are, but also I need to get myself together so I can also treat you right as well. And then you've also got this grandfather clock. So this here also represents the fact that they are very, very desperate for time. They're very, very, well, I mean, it literally says it right here, right? I need time. I need time. It's like they know they need it, right? So if you were to sort of like go to them and say like, oh, why do you need time? Like, we can work this out. They will be quite resistant towards you, and they can then feel like they need even more time. You know, they can sort of like keep extending on it, and feel like, okay, well, I need to get myself together, you know, and that can sort of lead them to like really want to like push back and things like that. So yes, they definitely need a lot of time, okay, and some space as well, and that patience can really pay off. You've also got the infinity symbol, which really goes to show as well, they just want to go with the flow of things right now. I mean, we have the water energy, also with temperance as well, water is flowing from one cup to another in a very like infinite way, I guess. So they really just want to go with the flow, enjoy things, do things that make them feel good, that make them feel happy as well, and not feel too pressured about things. And that's what I'm really seeing here as well, is that they're really desperate for time. They're really desperate to tell you that it's not your fault. They really just need to get themselves together. They want to be wiser and older. Oh, actually, you know, you've got OLD as well, which is like old. So they want to be older, you know, they want to be wise. And definitely, I feel like the universe is trying to get them onto a path where they are so much stronger within themselves as well, and hopefully to a place where they feel so much stronger so that they can deal with these kinds of situations much, much better as well. So that's what I'm seeing there. So group number 2, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy. And do take care, everyone. Alright, so I'm just going to put these charms in here. Let's get these charms out. And let's put these in here. Alright, so group number 3. 1 second, actually. I need to actually get your pile. I just remembered your pile isn't even on the screen. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hold on a second. Right, let me do that again. Let me literally just do that again. So. Right, so group number 3, this is your reading. I believe the die was like this. I kind of, oh my gosh, I'm like losing my voice. I think it was on specific and sleep. I hope I'm right. I think that was what it was. That was what the dice was on, so, or the die, should I say. Anyways, so we're going to see what is coming through and what messages I can give you for what they are desperate to tell you. So I'm just going to put the group 3 die right here, and these words should resonate with you throughout the reading. So I believe these are the words. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I kind of just moved it a little bit, so I'm not sure, but specific and sleep. So we'll see what's coming through here. Let's get out your tarot cards to see what they're desperate to tell you, and we're going to do an 8-card spread, and then I'm going to get oracle cards, charms, other letters, messages, etc. out to you as well. Alright, so let's have a look and see. Got the moon here. See, it's already connecting. You know, it connects with the sleep message for sure. Okay, what are they desperate to tell you here? So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Guru as well. We've got the Knight of Swords with the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups with the Four of Cups. Okay. Let's also get out the Oracle cards whilst we're at it. So I'm going to go for one. There we go. There it is. It is children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay. And then let's go with Mercury messages. Let's go for a couple of these. Okay, so I got phone call. Let's put that right there. And you've also got here as well your birthday. Okay, that's really interesting actually. In so many ways. This is a timeless reading, by the way. So I just want to say that because there's something about your birthday, okay? Wherever it is on the calendar, that could mean something quite strong. So I'll go a little bit more into that as we go along, but let me just get out the envelope messages as well. Okay, we've got two here. Right, so it's interesting. We only really got two of these, but that's okay. That's totally fine. What I see here is, what they're desperate to tell you here is that they really cannot stop thinking about you. They really cannot stop thinking about you. And it's almost like they want to tell you that. They want to tell you that so that you would maybe take them seriously and be like, whoa, okay, that's quite cool. Or something. You know, it's like they expect some kind of reaction from you if they were to tell you that, but they really can't stop thinking about you. And it is something that they're wondering about. They're like, why can't I stop thinking about this person? Why? Even when they are sleeping, they are dreaming about you. So that sleep message coming through very strong, because the moon here is about like the nighttime where they think about you the most. It could be that they're more alone during the evenings and the nights, and so their mind just automatically goes towards you, and perhaps they don't have as many distractions, so naturally their mind just lingers in that direction, and then they're thinking of you, and then they go to sleep, and then their subconscious is bringing out messages in regards to you, or they think about things that the two of you did together, or they're thinking about you in general. So it's almost like they're desperate to tell you, like, I keep thinking about you, I don't know why that is, but I just can't forget you, I can't stop, you know. And it's really interesting because oftentimes when people do a lot of thinking about a specific topic throughout the day or the week or whatever, it's very, very common that you dream about it because your subconscious just brings it to the surface. You know, it's what you think about most, it's what you just end up dreaming about. So the moon here is really showing that very, very strong energy here, that they are so connected in that sense to you, and they really just can't let it go, basically. And the Hermit also shows a lot of overthinking as well, a lot of thinking, wondering, pondering, reflecting, which is exactly what the Seven of Pentacles is also about, right? Seven of Pentacles is about reflecting on how they think about you, how they feel about you, what they want to do, and that's just coming through so strongly, but they're keeping it to themselves. Okay, so the reason why they may not be saying all of this is because they're keeping it to themselves. They're not necessarily telling you like, oh, this is what I feel about you. They want to, but they're not. And why are they not doing that? Because of this message right here. It says here, I would tell you, but I'm scared. So obviously they want to come towards you, they want to tell you all of these things, but they're not quite ready to do so. Why? Because they fear rejection. That is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is them fearing rejection. And I feel like they're desperate to tell you that, look, I really care about you, I think you're amazing, you're this, you're that, I can't stop thinking about you. But they are so scared of rejection that it stops them. And it can also be a fear of abandonment. And a lot of people do this, where they're so scared of being abandoned that they will just jump to the conclusion and just not bother to do anything in the first place. Or they will sort of stop trying to do more so that they don't get abandoned later on down the line where they get too attached. So it's frustrating, I know, but I feel like they have some abandonment issues which could stem from childhood. or they just have a serious fear of rejection, which really frustrates them. It actually does frustrate them, believe it or not. It could frustrate you. That, you know, it could be frustrating you for a very long time, also for some of you. But the Knight of Cups obviously shows that they're really desperate to tell you that they do very specifically have those emotional feelings towards you. Actually, the other word there was specific, wasn't it? So right there, their feelings towards you are very specific. It's just that they're scared. And that's what I see here, especially, you know, the Knight of Swords. They want to communicate with you. They're very desperate to communicate with you and tell you their feelings. Speaking of communication, you got the phone call card as well, right? So it shows here that they would preferably like to talk to you in some kind of manner, you know, over the phone, or it could be even FaceTime, you know, some kind of like call conversation. I see here they want to do that. See, the Guru also shows that when they are in their sort of calm, solitude kind of state, that's when they think about you the most. That's also when all of this energy comes to them, and they are so much more connected to you. So then there's that as well, right? It really just goes to show that they can't stop thinking about you, and it's raining outside. Isn't that interesting? That's really interesting, because I was literally going to point out the fact that there's a lot of water energy here, right? And it's raining outside. Okay, that's really interesting, because, you know, rain is also just very like calming. Well, it's known to be very calming for certain people, and very like therapeutic as well, especially when you're indoors and you're kind of listening to the sound of it as well. But it just goes to show here that they really do have active feelings towards you, and they're very desperate to convey that across to you. So yeah, it could be on your birthday they send you a gift or something like that, right? This can also, with the Four of Cups, represent that they would want to do that. So yeah, they would have to get a little bit less scared in order to do that, especially if it's like not far out from around this time. But what I will say is that they do think about you a lot on your birthday. So whenever your birthday is, okay, because this is a timeless reading, whenever it is, I have no doubt in my mind that they will think about what they could do. And for many of them, they will do something. And for those of you where they don't do anything, they will definitely have overthought the entire situation 10 times over as to what they should have done. So that's definitely coming through. Now, you've also got the card children. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, in some of your connections, there could be children involved, okay, which means that this card has definitely connected. But if there are no children involved between you and the other person on either side, this really does show this energy of playfulness. You know, that they want to be playful towards you. They want to not worry about things. They want to go with the flow and enjoy things and not be so stuck in their ways, you know? And that's what I see here, is that they could just be very, some of them could be immature, and they just feel like, oh, my immaturity is getting in the way of my relationships or my connections. So that could be them being affected by how they have grown up, or just their immaturity. And remember what I mentioned as well, is that they could have abandonment issues from their childhood. So it can be that their childhood is actually affecting their love life, right? Because it says your love life is being affected by children, which could very much so mean that your love life is actually being affected by the fact that they have had these issues from childhood, and the fact that their childhood is affecting their love life as well. You see what I mean here? It's all connecting, right? So that's what I also mean here as well, is that they are definitely, then they're going to have to get over some of these issues and challenges, but they also want to explain these things to you as well, so that you would understand things better, that they are scared, and they do have these fears as well, which have sort of been imprinted into them as they've grown up from being a child. You've also got the Wheel of Fortune, so they desperately want to tell you that, you know, you're like my good luck charm, you're very, very lucky for me. And it could have also been very much so that when they start thinking about you, like good things do happen to them, or when they're around you, or when they have been around you, that good things happen, and when you kind of disappeared, their life kind of took a downfall. That's what I'm seeing. So that's really interesting as well. And it also says here, can you give me some time? So the Hermit as well, along with that Seven of Pentacles, is really showing that they do need some time to sort of figure themselves out. They desperately want to tell you that, but also they could be quite withdrawn, as I'm seeing here as well. So for those of you that don't have communication with this person, or they're very hot and cold, they can be very withdrawn because they need time to like properly figure out how they're going to come forward, what they're going to say, what they're going to do, etc. Right? So they really need to figure out those aspects within themselves as well, and essentially have less fear, and then that would help them to come forward in a much more smoother way. Wow, we got a lot here. on the table for sure that we went through. So I'm going to go with charms now, and we'll see what's coming through the charms and the letters. So with the letters, this could spell out, well, it could be their initials, right? It could even spell out their name, but it could also spell out certain words that are connected to your connection. So let's see. La, 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 la. Okay, so we've got X and an X. Ooh, maybe this person is an X. I mean, not for everyone, okay, but I'm just saying, I mean, we haven't got have we got an E here? No, but you know, you have got an X, and an X sounds like X, right? So we've got a Y as well, we've got a W, an M, a U, C, G, N, and another N as well, A and a D, so that's the letters we have. And let's go with charms. So let's see. There was one charm that was actually just resting on my hand and it fell back in, and I feel so connected to it that I'm going to get it out. I know that sounds so bizarre, but it was a bouquet of flowers. It literally was just resting, and then as soon as I went for the other ones, they just sort of like fell back in, but I felt like I'd seen it there and it was meant to be there, and there was obviously an intention for it to be there. So the bouquet of flowers, which I think makes a lot of sense here with this card, makes a lot of sense, right? The fact that there's something around your birthday or about your birthday that makes them want to either send you something or do something for you. This, I think, connects so well. I think it's meant to be in that sense. So there's obviously something in regards to like a bouquet of flowers there. You've got, again, flowers as well. So to be honest, you know, even if you didn't have that bouquet of flowers, this would have still connected in such a strong way. So you've got more flowers here. There's something about flowers that I'm picking up on. Now, this is also about them wanting to tell you very desperately that, hey, look, you have really contributed to my personal growth. You've made me a better person. I have bloomed, I have grown, I've flourished because of you and what you brought into my life. It's a little bit like that sort of good luck, Wheel of Fortune energy I talked about as well, where they feel like you've been such a good luck person, a lucky person, should I say. So that's what we have there. Now you've also got these two green crystals which represent the heart chakra. So they definitely do have very strong feelings for you of love. I feel like deep down it really is there, but they also have a hard time, I'm losing my voice, a hard time loving themselves, which is something they really need to work on. So this is really about like self-love as well. They really need to work out what's going on within themselves, because they do have that fear of abandonment and rejection, as we picked up as well. But this also shows that they do love you, and also this is about solitude as well, right? So solitude is the fact that when they are by themselves, they think about you a lot, right? And that's when their heart chakra is really open towards you. So that's what we're picking up there. You've also got the timer as well. Ta-da! So this again shows that they do need some time to really come forward properly and to tell you exactly how they feel towards you. Now we've also got some more letters here as well, because we've got the little tags. So let me just put those here. So we've got an M, got another W, so you've got two M's actually, and two W's, and two X's, and two C's, and two N's. You've got like Noah's Ark going on here. You've got two D's as well. Wow. So this is like a match, right? It's like that energy of like match made in heaven, or like playing Snap or something, where you have to like get two of the same. And so deep down, I feel like they desperately know and desperately want to tell you that you are like the one for them. You know, you are their match in many ways. They want to tell you that, but they're also scared because they know they need to get themselves together, which is obviously something that they themselves need to do. So let me show you these letters again, because again there's so many that you might be able to make some more words out of them. Then, so you've got all of those flowers here. Let's just get those there. You've got Pisces energy, okay, so that could connect. but it's also about, again, going with the flow as well. So they really do, again, want to express their emotions towards you. Again, it's water energy. Pisces also connects to the moon. So does Cancer, okay? So there's this moon energy, which is very, very strong. So the moon card in tarot is ruled by Pisces. The actual moon, which is like the real moon outside our windows and up in the sky, what a description, is actually ruled by Cancer. Cancer is known as the moon child. You can see that little moon there as well on the crab. So again, their emotions towards you are very strong. They can't keep it hidden. At some point it will come to the surface and they won't be able to hold it back anymore. So they desperately will tell you their emotions and their feelings. And they're very, very sensitive to the moon as well. Okay, so anytime you have like a new moon, full moon, an eclipse combined with the moon, like we actually had not long ago, but this is a timeless reading still. But anytime that happens, they're very sensitive to those emotions and a lot comes to the surface and they can't hold it back. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And they get very desperate to tell you things around that time too. So anytime when the moon is sort of like, you know, new moon, full moon, they get very desperate to tell you things. You've also got here the shooting star. So again, they feel like you are very, very lucky to them. That's something they're desperately wanting to tell you as well, especially that Wheel of Fortune as well we saw. You've got here beautiful. So they find you very, very attractive. Okay, inside and out, not just outside, but your entire soul as well. And you've got here young and strong. That's interesting. Young and strong. Young at heart, you know, but like strong soul. They could be trying to tell you that as well. And the Guru card here also represents the fact that they really do feel that you're such a good influence. You know, you're such a good person, like a good teacher, you know, a good person. So that's what we have right there. So this is what they're desperately wanting to tell you. There we go. So this is your reading. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course the intention items, which are on Etsy. Everything is linked down below, and take care everyone. All right, bye everyone.